I'm Jane Fumick, Director of the Cleveland Department of Aging, and I'm delighted to introduce this exercise video. The Cleveland Department of Aging partnered with Cleveland State University students in the physical therapy and occupational therapy programs. This series was especially created for our older TV20 viewers. Regular exercise and physical activity are important to the physical and mental health of almost everyone, including older adults. Being physically active can help you continue to do the things you enjoy and stay independent as you age. Regular physical activity over long periods of time can produce long-term health benefits. In addition, regular exercise and physical activity can reduce the risk of developing some diseases and disabilities that develop as people grow older. In some cases, exercise is an effective treatment for many chronic conditions. Studies show that people with arthritis, heart disease, or diabetes benefit from regular exercise. Exercise also helps people with high blood pressure, balance problems, and those who have difficulty walking. One of the great things about physical activity is that there are many ways to be active. You can be active in short spurts throughout the day, or you can set aside a specific time of the day on specific days of the week to exercise. Many physical activities, such as walking, raking leaves, or taking the stairs whenever you can, are free or low cost and don't require any special equipment. If you are interested in learning more about resources in Cleveland for older adults, call us at the Cleveland Department of Aging. We are here to help. Call us at 664-2833, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hello, my name is Julian Rogers, and I'm Director of Community Partnerships with Cleveland State University. We are absolutely thrilled to partner with the Cleveland Department of Aging and TV20 on this exercise video series that we know that our older adults will find beneficial. At Cleveland State University, we practice engaged learning. Our faculty and students are committed to lending their talents to improving Northeast Ohio, and we appreciate the learning from residents and institutions here in the city of Cleveland.
Hey everyone, this is Thrive Where You Are, a 3-part video series designed to empower people to thrive in whatever environment they are through confidence in their movement, strength, and balance. We will do this through a combination of exercises, education, and tools that you can use at home.
This video may serve as a bridge to help you get moving again and can be performed with friends and family.
Always make sure you consult your healthcare practitioner before beginning any exercise program. This video is not meant to diagnose any specific condition, nor is it meant to take the place of your healthcare practitioner. If you experience any pain, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing during any of these exercises, please pause and consult your healthcare practitioner.
This first video will cover activities to access the bathroom easier and safer.
The second video will focus on preparing meals and working around the kitchen.
The third video will be covering dressing safely and modification to allow for increased independence.
We hope you enjoy this series of 3 videos and enjoy exercising along with us.
We're going to do a general warm-up before the rest of the video. To start off, you're going to be in a seated position, and you're going to want to scoot a little bit further forward because it'll make these positions and movements easier to do. Our first exercise we're going to do is leaning forward to try and touch the ground. So we're going to demonstrate each of these twice, but at home try and do these 8 to 10 times or as you can tolerate. So for our first one, we're going to reach down and try and touch the ground. Good. And then come back up. While you do this, you should feel a nice stretch down your back. Good. Come back up. For our next one, we're going to do twists. So we're going to try and turn to the right and grab onto the chair. Take a nice deep breath in. And then let that out and come back to the middle. Now we're going to rotate to the left. Come back in. Come back. And then back to the right. Back again to the middle. And doing this, you should feel a nice stretch through the sides of your trunk and your back. Our next one, we're going to try and touch the ground on the right side, feeling a nice stretch through the side of your trunk. Good. Come back up to the middle. Go down to the left. Good. Back again to the right. And then back to the left. Again, do this as you're comfortable, and if you're feeling pain, that's a good sign to slow it down a little bit. Our next exercise is going to be pulling our right knee up towards our chest. Again, pull up as far as you can tolerate. You can do it with the left leg, and you're going to hold this at the top for about a 1 count. Do it with the right leg. Good. Do it with the left leg. And make sure you're breathing throughout this. The next exercise, we're going to kick our right leg straight for about a 1 count, bring it back down, and then we're going to go back up again. So doing this at home, you're going to want to do the right side and then do the left side. And then 2 with the left. Good. 1 more. After this, we're going to do the sun pose, which involves reaching up towards the sky and then coming down again like we started off with, touching the ground. And this is just kind of putting everything together. And do it 1 more time, reaching up towards the sky, coming down towards the front. You should be feeling warm and ready to exercise now, but if you're feeling dizzy or like you might be losing your balance, please stop what you're doing. The kitchen can be a great place to work on leg strength in a standing position. Before you do these, make sure that you have shoes on that have non-slip surfaces. Make sure your knee, back, and balance all allow you to do standing exercises. Also make sure that you have firm countertops that you can use to support yourself in these standing positions. Our first exercise we're going to work on involves bending your knee, kicking your heel up towards your hip. Phil's going to demonstrate. You're going to do 8 to 10 of these on each side. If you get any knee pain, stop. Our next exercise we're going to do is going to involve doing circles with the foot. So you're going to put your foot in front of you and make circles, going clockwise and counterclockwise. Again, you're going to do 8 to 10 repetitions of this exercise. Our third exercise is going to be swinging our foot out to the side. So for that, you're just going to kick the leg out, making sure that you keep your trunk in a standing upright position. You should feel this in the side of your hip. We're going to want to do 8 to 10 of these. Our final exercise in the kitchen is going to be the mini squat. For that, you're going to want to turn to face the counter with both hands, and you're going to drop down, let your hips drop down to about 45-degree angle, as Phil's demonstrated. Only go down as far as you feel comfortable, and if you get knee or back pain or feel unsteady, stop immediately. Perform 8 to 10 of these as with the rest, maintaining a firm grasp on the counter throughout. Good.
All right, everybody, the next exercise we're going to do is called a weight shift. The goal of this exercise is to challenge your balance a little bit and take your center of gravity outside of your base of support. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Olian demonstrating with 2 hands on the counter for safety, Judith demonstrating with 1 hand or even 1 finger on the counter for safety. What they're going to do is they're just going to shift their weight side to side, so towards one leg and then back towards the other. Perform this 8 to 10 times towards each side. A progression of that activity can be trying to take 1 hand off the counter and reach outside of your base of support. So reach side to side. Perfect. Good. And then a final progression of this activity can be grabbing a can of soup or another weight, small weighted object, and doing the same thing. So reaching out to the right, switching hands, reaching out to the left. Good. And the main goal of this is to challenge your balance. So always make sure that there's somebody there for safety just in case.
These 4 exercises here are designed to keep your hands working nice and smooth. So for these ones, you don't really want to focus on about how hard you're squeezing. It's more just the motion that we're focusing on. So Olian here, he's going to wet his sponge. He's going to lift it up. And the first thing he's going to do is just a nice palm squeeze. You're not squeezing hard, you're just squeezing enough just to get some of the water out. You're going to do this 8 times, and then switch to the other hand and do 8 more. The next exercise he's going to do is he's just going to simply fold the sponge in half. He's going to place it right up here, Julian. You lay your hand flat, right here. He's not going to use his thumb, he's just going to use his 4 fingers to squeeze some of the water out. So he's squeezing his 4 fingers towards his palm. You're going to do this 8 times. So let go and release and come back in. There you go. Couple more here. And then he would switch and do 8 on the other side. He's going to wet his sponge again. Will you wet your sponge for me, Olean? And the next one's just a simple 3 pinch. So he's going to use his middle finger, index finger, and his thumb, and he's just going to pinch the sponge. Right here we go. Flip your hand over, Olean, and you're just going to pinch it with those 3 fingers. 8 times. Very good. And then he would switch to the other hand and do it 8 times with the other hand. Very nice. The last one is simply just a twist. You're going to wet your sponge, and you're going to twist towards your thumb side, trying to only move your wrist.
Only move my wrist.
Only move your wrist. Try and keep your arm nice and close to your body. You're going to do this 8 times.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yep, try and keep this in. There you go.
So that works the shoulder muscles.
Yep, your shoulder and mainly your wrist.
Yeah, I feel it.
Very good. And then you switch and you do that to the left. All right, the next one's just to keep your shoulders moving, keep them nice and flexible. So you can do this by simply washing a counter. So when you're washing your counter, only I'm going to have you take just a couple steps back. There you go. And you're going to lean with your opposite hand, the hand that you're not scrubbing with, onto the counter. If you put a little weight through your shoulder, you're working your shoulder too, while working to increase flexibility on the side that you're washing with. So Olean, we're just going to reach out, straight forward 8 times. After you complete 8, you would switch to the other hand. Switch to your left. Remember to put weight through your right side, so you're working that shoulder too. So a few times on that side, 8 times preferably, as much as you can. And then you'll switch back to your other hand. We're going to go out as far as you can to the side. Each time, try to reach a little further. And then you would switch and do 8 on the other side. So 8 to the left. Very good, Olean. And then the final one, you'd switch back to your right and reach as far as you can across your body. So Olean, you're going to come this way. Very good. 8 times as far as you can. Remember to put weight through this shoulder.
Yes.
Feel that?
Oh, I do.
You feel it working it?
Oh, yes.
All right. And then you'd switch to the left and complete 8 going across the other side. Your shoulder should feel nice and loose.
It does.
There you go.
Hey everyone, I don't know about you, but the kitchen's one of my favorite rooms in the whole house. Some tips you can use when you're preparing a meal to conserve energy are to use commonly used objects and put them on a lower level so it's easier to reach. You can also do this with pots and pans in lower cabinets, just putting them up a little bit higher. Olean's going to come in and show us how to do proper body mechanics so he can bend down easier. This might not be the best thing to do if you have bad knees or a bad back, and you can also adapt it by putting a cushion on the floor to make it easier on your knees. So Olean's going to go down on one knee to the floor, and then he's going to open the cabinet door. And he's going to have a party, so he's going to put his cups up and then use the counter to lift up his body. If a counter's not available, you can also use your thighs to lift up. There are a lot of tools that you can use in the kitchen that makes cooking meals easier. For example, a jar opener, which can be used to unscrew lids easier. And of course, you've probably all seen this type. Some other tools that you can use are built-up utensil handles. And you can also make these at home relatively cheap by just taking a dishwasher towel and wrapping it around the utensil you wish to build up, as Annie will demonstrate. Awesome. To make cutting easier, you can use spring lever scissors. And lastly, if you're carrying in heavy groceries, try putting the bag on the forearm to protect your hand joints.
I'm Mary McNamara, social worker at your Cleveland Department of Aging. I wanted to share 4 key resources with you today around transportation, healthcare costs, food resources, and exercise options in the city of Cleveland. Sometimes the lack of transportation can present a challenge if you want to attend an arthritis swim class at your local recreation center or go shopping at the West Side Market. At the Cleveland Department of Aging, we can help you learn more about what is available in our community to help with transportation. Things like Senior Transportation Connection, paratransit from RTA, and reduced senior fares on regular RTA routes. Are your prescription costs too high? Are you interested to see if you can lower the cost of your Medicare Part B premium? Are your medical bills too high, or do you need help finding some of the adaptive equipment shown in the video? Would you like help applying for Medicare or Medicaid? The Department of Aging Access Your Benefits program can help you navigate the sometimes complex application system. Are you interested in finding out about exercise programs at your local City of Cleveland Recreation Center? The City of Cleveland has 21 recreation centers that offer free programming to Cleveland residents. Programs that might interest you include water walking, line dancing, senior aerobics, arthritis aquasize in the pool, and so much more. Do you want to know where your local neighborhood senior center is, or more about home-delivered meal programs or food pantries in your neighborhood? We can help. For a list of all of the resources available to you, visit the city's website or call us at 664-2833. We are here to help.